Hi there, this is Andrew again with Denver Roof Coatings and Integrity Pro Roofing. Today we're going to be talking about how to do an Epdm repair. So we're going to patch a hole that's gone through our Epdm. Epdm is also referred to as just a black rubber roof. It's really common. So the first couple things we'll need to get started. First, you'll need a good pair of gloves, preferably something that's watertight, or at least I've used rubber dip gloves. This is great. You're going to need some cover strip, Epdm cover strip. You're going to need some primer for Epdm. Comes in a bucket. You're going to need weathered membrane cleaner. Also usually comes in a 1 gallon can. Just a little chip brush, just a disposable brush. You can't wash these out once you're done. I'm using a 4-inch one today. You can also use a 3-inch. And lastly, lap sealant. That's going to go around the edges. And then just a scraper for kind of popping things open. So we're going to kind of get into it from here. I'm going to zoom in so you can actually see what's going on and see the holes, and we'll catch up in a second. Okay, so we are ready to start here now. So we're going to first show you the holes and what we're doing. First things first, get your gloves on, help keep it clean. There's a lot of carbon here on the rubber roof, so it gets really dirty really quick. So this will definitely help you with that as well. All right, you can use a leaf blower too, but I'm just going to use my brush since I have it here. It's going to sweep away all the major debris. Okay, and there we go. Now we got our holes very clearly visible. So this has got a big hole right here. It's kind of torn all the way through, all the way up into there. There's also another hole here. And there's some other little things in here that we'll get with some sealant when we're all done. All right, so make sure you get all that dirt out of there. Everything that'll come off. And then get your rag. I usually find it helps if you double this up a few times. This is just we buy these in bulk, but it's just like an old sweatshirt basically. Cotton rags work really good for that. Next, get your weathered membrane cleaner. Get it nice and wet and soaked on there, and then you're just going to rub this off. Clean it. As you can see, it gets pretty dirty, so keep rolling the rag over. Okay, you'll never get all the carbon off the roof, and you're not really trying to do that. You're more just trying to get the actual rubber of the roof itself exposed. So that's pretty much it. Once you get all that done, we'll do it maybe one more time. What happened is it looked like somebody sprayed some sort of sealant over it, that leak stop stuff from Home Depot or something. It doesn't work very good for that, but that's kind of trapping a lot of extra dirt here, so I'm going to hit it one more time. All right, that's it. So now we let that dry. You want to get all that to kind of dry out pretty good before you put the primer on, which is next. All right, now that everything's dried off good, get our primer out. So this is technically primer, so you'd think of something pretty liquidy, you know, like a paint or something like that. This is actually a lot more like a glue. So it's pretty sticky. Again, you want to keep your hands out of that as much as possible because it's pretty toxic stuff. Clean your brush off, get your brush out. We're just gonna apply on a nice coat here. And you don't have to go gentle with this. You can really pile this on if you want to. That's what I would do. Okay. We're also doing another spot right there, so we'll do that. Okay, that's pretty much it. So now with this, again, we got to let this dry. You want it so it's mostly dry. It can be a little bit tacky when you touch it, but you want to do that. Next, you're going to take your cover strip. You can work on cutting this out and getting it set. Now this is a little difficult because it rolls up the side there and it's in a corner. But this one's pretty flat over here too, but it's the same principle. So I'm gonna get it on like that. The next thing, this is what you need your scissors for. Again, you can do this with a utility knife also, but I find that scissors work a lot better. You wanna make sure that your edges are rounded and you use it to cut it. Because this is what it'll start peeling up as on the corners. So you want that good and dried out there. And then I'm just gonna cut this one. You don't have to get super critical with it. That's pretty much it. And then this is peel and stick, just like double-sided tape, basically. You're just gonna peel this off and stick it down, but we're still waiting for this to dry, so it's gonna take a couple minutes. One of the things I want to talk about, getting materials. So this is the hardest part, especially if you're a homeowner trying to make a repair, is trying to get this material, because this comes in a 100-foot roll typically, and it's a couple $100 just for that roll. But I have found some success online, like on Amazon or things like that. You can get a lot of these products. Otherwise, just go to like your roofing store, find a roofing store in your neighborhood. Not like an Ace Hardware or a Home Depot. They typically don't have this because this is a commercial type product. So it's usually on commercial properties that we do this on, but there's a number of homes that have it on too. So anyways, it's a good place where you can get this product. But that is the hardest part about the repair, is actually getting the product. Other than that, it's pretty simple. So we'll come back in just a couple minutes once this is fully dried out. All right, we're ready now to put the piece on. So again, this is like double stick tape, and this is called cover strip in most markets. And this is super sticky, so watch your gloves here. But just peel it off like that. Obviously you want to keep it clean. Don't put this in the pile of leaves. Okay. We're just going to lay it down. And one other tool I forgot to mention earlier you're going to need is a roller. This is just to kind of get it down. It's just a hard rubber roller. And you're just going to kind of go through and press it down. Over the edges. And you really want to make sure cover strip has this little edge here. You really want to make sure that's fully set down on the edges. Same thing here. And your corners, make sure that's all good, and that's pretty much it. So once you have that done, that's the biggest part of the repair. And the last thing you want to put on is called lap sealant. And I'm showing you how to do this because manufacturer specs require that you put this down, but a lot of people don't and don't actually believe in it. This maybe gets your repair another year or two. But anyways, we're going to put it down because that's how we do it most places. But this isn't absolutely critical if you can't find it. So then you basically just seal this down like you would caulking, and you tool this all the way around the edge. So get a nice generous bead all the way down the whole seam, 360 all the way around. Okay, Once that's done, so some people don't tool it and they just leave it like that, but I like to tool it just to make sure you fully get adhesion, and I think that's part of the reason why people don't like it, because this can fail if you don't do it. So then I just get my finger. You could use a scraper or something like that if you want, but I've always found your finger's the easiest, and just run a quick bead all the way around it. It doesn't have to be pretty per se, you're not going to ever see it, but just like that. Okay, and that is it. You are 100% done at this point. Once this dries, you're watertight for the next several years. So this is pretty much all there is to it. Again, you want to make sure it's fully adhered underneath there, all the way around, and make sure the edges are good, and then lap sealant all the way around, and you're good. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Definitely hit that like button and subscribe. That helps share this with others. So thanks so much. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.